Hi, my name is David Rocha. I chose to listen to the podcast about twins called Speaking of Psychology, What Studying Twins Can Teach Us About Ourselves with Nancy Segal. In this podcast, she dives into a lot of different things. Mostly it's regards the books she's written. She's written 6 as of 2021, and she was finishing up a new one. In this dialogue that they bring up a lot of different ideas about how twins function, a lot of things regarding behavioral patterns, as she is a twin herself and a fraternal twin. And she talks about a lot of things: behavioral patterns, separation of twins if they continue to act the same, and apparent physical differences between twins, case studies with twins being switched and paired the same but in different families from birth. That was a case study from Colombia that she said she took a part of. As a whole, she just addresses some myths about twins, some things that people might think that are true, and she elaborates on it. As a whole, really interesting stuff. Talks about her international network of people that she's connected to in China and Canada and South America and Korea, and just how she gets to go a lot of places to study a lot of different things. And one of the things that she gets into is behavioral patterns. That's one thing we talked about in class that kind of stuck with me. The monozygotic and dizygotic twins, fraternal and identical, and kind of getting out of order in what I'm getting at here, but just my girlfriend's younger brothers are both identical twins. And ever since I met them, I thought it was so interesting how similar they are, yet how different they are, which is something she brings up in the podcast. She says identical twins, or twins in general, are some of the most similar people you will ever meet, yet they have so many differences, which is really apparent. Like, at first, not only these twins that I know that I see a lot, but also I have my mom's cousins. They're twins and married to twins, so that's really interesting. Their children don't really look alike, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't know. It brought a lot of perspective on behavior. I see that my girlfriend's brothers, like especially as like growing, like still adolescents, they have behavioral tendencies that are different yet the same. Like they're both very extroverted in some ways, yet one of them is more of a social person for sure. The kind of person to make people laugh, be like silly, just do random stuff. The other one is he's still out there, but he's more interested in generally getting to meet people, to like talk with them, to learn about them, interests and whatnot. So similar yet different. They both, of course, have a lot of physical similarities, but over time, something that I personally was able to see, their hair. This is all stuff she talks about in the podcast as well, like the little differences that twins themselves will constantly say that they don't look alike, which is something that they will say, and their family as a whole. But yeah, I found it really interesting, this podcast, for sure, with especially how much twins connects into my own personal life. Just the concepts of behavioral patterns, the stuff we talked about in class, made me really reflect on, like, if I was in different situations, if I had a twin, like, I don't know if I could bear another one of me, but yeah, just being in different situations, how that would make me act, how that certainly makes twins act, and overall, a really good perspective and learning experience to have listened to the podcast. So, yeah.